We've been boarding all week. Look what we've done. But I think it's turned us a little bit mad. Look what we've done. It's all over the shop. Parkour! It's just everywhere. We boarded everything. Well, apart from that wall. But that doesn't matter. We've done everything. Let's go have a look downstairs as well. And all this, it's all finished. Oh, okay, apart from this. But that's not our fault, it's a tanking company. And look at this, this is all done as well. Let's not talk about that, because we cocked that up. So, and this is all done, apart from this bit. But that's in next week's video, because we've got to put an extractor in there. So stay tuned for this video, because we tried our best. It's just plasterboarding, but it's great. Back on site today for a new week. I had Friday off to go and do something else. And Matt came in and did a few bits to keep us in front, ready to start the plasterboarding today. So let's go and have a look. Very obviously then, he's moved all the pallets from around the stairwell and boarded that over, again to try and keep us in front for this week, which is plasterboarding. So we can allow us to dab all of these walls, and then when these stairs come, when the tanking's done, before the stairs come, we can then go up to that from the bottom and blend that in, because there's going to be a step there because the tanking will be built out. We're going to have to form a bit of a ledge, unfortunately, but that is the way it is. We've got to try and keep this wall all flush because the kitchen and just the look of it, really, just to make sure it all looks nice from this angle. Bit of a ledge across there, you won't really see it, and you won't see it downstairs either, because as if you remember, there's a toilet under here, so there won't be a wall to run all the way through at the bottom, so that won't matter so much. We'll move a bit more of this and we'll put the crates, the pallets, across that opening there to make sure that's nice and safe for us when we do start boarding. Moved all the kitchen. Matt's boarded all of this. If you remember from last week's episode, we insulated it all. So he's got all this boarded and ready to go. He has boarded all of this as well, which is the back of the cupboard, and moved all of our kitchenette, should we call it, which is over there, which I believe we were talking about, moving it downstairs. This part here is where we've got the steel post, and as you can see, what he's done is double dabbed on top of that, because you should double dab the stairs anyway, so that's what he's done. And then he's boarded over the top with this one. Likewise, you can see up there now that he has double dabbed the steel up there as well, so that's all dabbed in, and then we will tack right across that then. Same as there. He's dabbed a board all on top of that steel as well. And again, we will then tack all the way across there. We can't double dab here just because of the height. So what we have got here, we've already talked about it, is pink boards, which then offers the same protection as a double board. So we'll do that. The customers have opened up this doorway now, just to get the feel of what the room's gonna look like once it starts to take shape. And they're happy to leave that off now, which is great because it's better ventilation for us. And more light, which is great, which helps when filming. It's not so dark. We've been able to put our lights on. My first job is I'm going to plywood that, and again, that is ready to tack then. So I'm just going to get on with that. Plywood complete. We'll leave this now. We're going to go downstairs and we're going to start boarding the ceiling in the basement. So underneath here. But all this is as we want it to be now, all plywood, poked all the cables out. They come along now and cut the boxes out to suit wherever they want them. But for now, that is done. We put the extra bit of vapor barrier behind that board there. So that's it. Got ourselves 12 boards down ready. What Matt's doing now is he's measuring off that ceiling now. 15 mil. Couldn't get my words out there, Matt. I was struggling now, I don't know what I was going to say. I was just looking at you, I'm just in awe of it. Look, just one look at you. You're a fine figure of a man, aren't you? Measured off the wall 15 mil, which then gives us the line for our header for this, what is going to be a media wall that sits here. There's an opening there, which I've got to confirm the customer in a minute what that is, what they would like there. Then we're going to set the laser up to our 15 mil line, and the stud will be 15 mil further forward than the block work. So when we board this through, we've got the 15 mil dab behind the board there, which then brings us to the face of a 25 mil box with a board and skim. That's the idea behind that. So we'll do that first. We want to put the header on first for this, even though we can't put the wall in yet, just so we've got a definitive place to measure from for our spotlights, because we are going to do a plan now before we start boarding, because the cables are all pushed up out the way. We're getting a little bit of foam, as I said before, last episode, a little bit of foam in the where the cables are there, because you can just see it, there's a little bit of a hole. So we'll do that, and then we'll make sure all the cables are tight out the way so we don't clamp them with the plasterboard. And then we'll board straight over the top, so we need to know where they are. Because we got the basement people coming, the tanky people coming, we've had to gauge off that wall what we think it's going to be. So rather than try and guess, we're going to come off here, measure off this one and off this one, because we know that's our dab. And as Matt rightly pointed out, when we dab this, we can then look at that point and we'll know what the gap is there behind the board, and we'll know then what to take off our measurement that we get now from the block work to that centre of this. So that's what we're going to do. So we'll set the laser up, get this header put into place, get our plan done for this, and then we'll start boarding. One down, 5 to go. However, luckily we've only got 2 ceilings that we've got to do like this, which is using loose screws. We've had to use 60 mils to go through the, obviously the 25 mil king span as well. We did a plan, which we've done. And you can also see now that we have insulated inside the light boxes, as we said, foamed the cables in and found any minor gaps within those little squares we've cut out. I've got to admit to you, I didn't do along that perimeter, completely forgot. So we'll do that before we dab. There's a wall going in front of this, but we will run a bead of foam all the way down there as well. But there is a wall, a stud wall going in front of the tanking system. This one's all coming out the same, coming out about 150 mil, because we've got to get over. If you remember from many episodes ago, when we did all this underpinning, we've got to come forward of that as well. Don't forget there's a stairs going down here, and there's an understairs toilet going there as well. So that's more fun. And this is what I was talking about earlier with the step in the wall. Because this has got to be studied out to go over the tanking system, we're then going to have a step there, level with the top of the stairs, a little bit of a shelf. So we can just run that top one in across, and then we can just come up to it with our shelf later. Can't we, Matt?
We can.
Well. Not happy with that, are you? Nah. Be nice to go all the way down, wouldn't it? All the way down, be lovely all the way through.
Nice big straight flat walls.
It'd be nice, but there we go. We can't get away with that.
No, we can't.
We have no choice. We have to tank it. We've got no choice. Another one complete. Happy with that. But on our efforts to try and keep the job moving, we've made a bit of a mistake. So let's go and have a look at it. Made a mistake, haven't we, Matthew? Trying to motor ahead.
In haste?
Yes. Definitely more haste, less speed. For those of you who are aware with steels and things, we need to pinkboard that. And look what we've done. So what we're going to do, Matt said a good idea. We'll take this timber back down now because we've got our line. So we're going to cut back we're going to call the white plasterboard and then pink back over to the line where we're going to be butting this one into it because it's going to run all the way down there. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to take this down, cut that back a little bit to get a good fixing and then run the pinkboard back through to cover the steel. So I think we'll just do that now, shall we, Matt?
It's a bit silly because we've got the pinkboard here.
We've even got the pinkboard here, yeah, it's upstairs, yeah, we have. We even bought 6x3s to make it more manageable, didn't we?
We did, and a nice size as well.
Well, oh God. You will see now, we have fixed our mistake. We put the cable through where it needs to be. We nearly put that up in the seam, forgot to pull it out, so that was lucky. We put the header back on. You will also see we have boarded all of this ceiling, other than that bit there, and that is because that's going to be in the downstairs toilet, and we've got to sort out the extraction in there yet. So we've left this off, but that won't make a difference to anything else we're doing here. We have booked the tanking. The tanking has been booked for the 18th of July, so hopefully that all gets sorted out. And then we've had a good tidy up, and we have moved everything from upstairs. So down here now is our temporary kitchen again. Let's go upstairs and have a look where we are, because we've also boarded the utility. This has all been insulated plasterboarded now. And because we've got the plywood, it made it easy, because we can just screw straight onto the ply. That's been insulated plasterboard as well. That has been normal boarded because we've already got the thickness of insulation there and the 50mm Kingspan single, because we've got to pull this all the way through to match this one. So we can't afford to pull that out much more. Matthew is up there doing the 25mm Kingspan in the opening for the roof window.
Snowing.
It is. That's that, which means we can start boarding tomorrow. We've done our plan again. And again, we've had a good tidy up in here. This is all tidy now and ready to board. We put a bit of I'm going to say a temporary bracing, stop us falling out the window type affair over there. Loads of bits of wood. No, it wouldn't withstand a raging bull running against it, but we ain't got on this job. They're having today off. So it don't matter, does it? This is all empty as well on our tools. This is ready to go. Just got the plan to do in the morning. And what I forgot to show you was, so there we are, that's all foamed all in there, all around that perimeter there. Someone did mention about making sure we've done things like this. On last night's video, or last week's video, sorry, which is last night for me. But we've done that, but we are also, for those of you that have missed it, we're putting a wall in front of this as well. On that wall, and that wall, and this wall. So we'll be insulating again, more than likely. Definitely this wall, but that one has already been thermalite and insulating already, so we'll definitely do this one though. And then we'll vapour barrier over that and over the stud. That is nearly the end of our day. We are ready to go, or will be, in the morning to board in there. So we're looking forward to that. Big change. So by the end of tomorrow, hopefully, all being well, we'll have this ceiling done, this ceiling done in the kitchen, and that ceiling done in there that we're calling the snug. Whether it is or not, I don't know, but that's what we're calling it. So for now, we will leave you and we'll see you in the morning. Another ceiling done. I need to apologise. Whether there's anybody still watching the video, I don't know, but all we're doing is plasterboarding, but what we like to show you is just progress. And some of you seem to like the idea of that. So here is progress. We're going to leave that for now because I'm potentially going to have Friday off again to go and finish the job that I'm doing. But it's a very important one, so I've got to do it for the mother-in-law. Got to do it, ain't you? Got to keep them happy. Anyway, so we're going to jump onto this now, get this done. We did our plan this morning, so we know where our spotlights are, know where the speaker cables are going, we know where the smoke alarm's going, so we're happy. Another thing we've got to check once we've got this in is that this row lines up perfectly with the row in the kitchen there. The only issue I have got slightly is the noggins are quite tight. So maybe they've got to move over a smidge, but it is what it is, unfortunately. We'll have to see, but we're going to get the laser on the floor here, get our measurements that we did this morning to line it through before we board that one. I need to make an official apology to the customers of the house. I've been calling this a snug and they don't like the word snug, so my apologies to you both. I will not refer to this again as a snug. This will be referred to in the future as not the snug. Right then, let's carry on.
Hello, how are you? I'm living on the moon. I'm calling from a telephone inside of a saloon. The only other person here left many years ago, and now I sit here at the bar feeling so alone. I've read all of the books I had and walked the planet round, but still the thing I'm looking for refuses to be found, except this clanging deep regret. Oh, I am such a fool, a man who wanted quiet, so he went up to the moon. But now this precious solitude I once thought so sublime has changed my sense of what is real and what is in my mind. I think I hear the voices of my distant family.
Right, you joined us this morning looking at Matthew's tail area.
Oh no, my tail popped out.
So, from what you can see, Matt is in this little light tunnel area, should we say?
I feel like a tank
Just,
commander.
Yeah, like a tank commander, yeah. A lot safer though, well, other than stone top ladder, obviously. Come on now, health and safety.
Balance.
Is you to get all this plasterboarded, what I'm going to do is, you can't quite see it again because Matt's there, but in a minute, what I'm going to do, I'm going to put extra timber in this wall just to make sure I've got a good sort of margin, if you like, to screw to when I put my cupboards in, which is what these were set at. The top one there was set at my top of larder cupboard. This one here, the bottom one, was set at my base unit, so I've got something solid to screw to. However, because brackets change, i.e. when I did Wren Kitchen, from the top of the cupboard to the bracket was about 110 mil, I think. I could be wrong, but it was bigger than 60, because all the other kitchens I've used, especially chase bedrooms are kitchens that I use all the time and can't recommend enough. Link in the description, by the way. There, from top of cupboard to the centre of all the scrolls on the bracket is 60 mil. So that's what that's sort of set at, really. So I'm hoping the company they're using is similar, but just in case, another timber in. So I think we'll get on with that. A bit of normal speed for you, I think, to change it up a little bit.
Don't
with
do
a
that.
bit of music, obviously. Huh?
Let's see how slow we work.
So, oh, you're right. We won't do it now. Maybe just a couple of 0.5 or something, just to speed us up a little bit, so we look a bit quicker, a bit more efficient. So we'll get on with that, I think, and then we'll see how we go, should we, Matt?
Yeah, let's give it a go.
Let's do that then.
Sunny day, let's go.
Let's do that then. All I'm doing in the corner at the minute is just putting a bit of insulation on that wall, because that's the joint, as you can see now, between the other side from utility to the garage, which will cut down on the coal spot in that corner. So that wall is all complete, and as you can see, we've had a bit of a tidy up, and those there now are the packers off the floor, because it's still going to be insulated and screeded for the underfloor heating, up to and above the level of what the finished floor will be, because you don't want your plasterboards touching the floor. That's 100mm above, just because of all the pipe work and stuff. It just seemed a lot easier, plus our last timber across the bottom as well, and that is going to be about 25-30mm above the floor when it's done for our dab. Matt's just mixing the water up now. But if, like us, you've been staring at this timber on the channel for a while thinking, what the what's all that about? Hopefully you now understand what we did. But it seemed a bit of a mishmash of timbers, because we allowed 2.4 from that reveal, one timber, and then we allowed 1200, and then we just wanted to make sure we've got, as I've already talked to you about, top of my cupboard there for fixing my brackets, wall cupboards, and the timber across there for fixing my base units. We've then fixed, as you've seen, 1/2 ply across all of it. We've then completely fixed, as you can see, plasterboards all the way across. We've put 60mm in the point where we put the plasterboard packers on, and elsewhere we've used 35mm straight through everywhere. I've then gone over several places then where the main timbers are and put 60mm all the way through the plasterboard, the ply, into the timber on the wall. That is solid, albeit I could consider it being a waste of 2.5 boards, but what it gives us now, it gives us a lot of scope now for dabbing this wall flat and solid for when I put my kitchen against it. What Matt will do for me is, he knows that line there, so we'll put solid dabs all the way across there. He will put solid dabs all the way across there. So when I do fix my base units, I'm not going to be pulling plasterboard through or compressing plasterboard and form a big dent, which is what happens when there's no dab behind it. Likewise here, I will give him a mark in a minute, and we'll dab all the way across there, and we'll dab all the way across there, solid, to make sure, or say solid, closer together, to make sure again when I fix that side, because that side I can use core fixings, which are the ones designed for dabbed walls. You've seen us use them on the channel before. They're very, very good. So if you stay tuned, you'll see me doing that, and I'll show you exactly what I mean when I come to fit the kitchen. So we'll be doing that as well. So I think we'll let this man get on, because he's very, very excited now. He likes tacking, but when he starts using wet materials, i.e. dab and skim, he gets silly excited. That excited, he has to put bigger shorts, so say no more about that. But I'm thinking about the tightness around the groin area, Matthew, that's what I'm thinking of. Excitement, not your lunging, no. So let's just get on with it then. A bit of dabbing by Matthew, I think.
Dabbing by Matthew? Sounds like a hairdresser's.
Well, we don't need it, do we? If it is.
Polishers.
French polishers.
What has happened? What are we fighting for? Now we can't go back and we can't move on. No point to pretend anymore.
All Matt's going to do first is soak the wall, and then what he does is he puts his spots on, or where he wants them, should I say, in smears, and he tells me what it does. It stops it from pulling in more. So when we come to fit the board, he'll top all these spots out again. But he said if he smears the wall first, it just aids him when he comes to fit the boards better and stops it sucking in. And therefore, if you do knock it level, it doesn't pull itself out of level. And that makes sense, because I've seen that happen. So there we go, that's why he does that. Matt always puts solid dab around the back plates of sockets and switches, just to make sure that when the face plates are fixed on, it doesn't crack the new paintwork and plaster.
You're best both out for a detonate. You come too far better pack your bags. 'Cause you're not safe with me around. You best move back before I detonate. You come too far out of bounds. You better plan for your getaway. 'Cause you're not safe with me around. You best move back before I detonate. You come too far out of bounds. You better plan for your getaway, or I detonate on the air. You blow up the love when the thrill was gone. You better get up before the shell goes off. You blow up the love when the thrill was gone. You better get up before the shell goes off, or I detonate on the air.
So, when you're looking at this on the video, you might wonder, why's Matt not just gone all the way up to the top? And why has he not come all the way down to the bottom? Simple reason is, there's nothing in the Tommy Trinder space. So, the windows aren't fitted, so I can't do the reveals either side, and I can't do a sill height. So rather than me going all the way up, then taking the chance of it being knocked, same with the head, by any fitters, or anybody else for that matter, then having to redo it, bring it back up, cut it back, whatever, I'm just going to wait until I've got the sill height ready, and then I can come straight up, nice and easy, underneath the sill, where the sill height would be, board over the top. Likewise, when I come down here, go straight in. Cavity closer's got to go into either side of here and here, and that goes the same for all the reveals after that. So if you're wondering why, that is why.
Well, if there's anyone still watching after the death by time lapse, then thank you very much for watching this week's video. Thank you to Matt for finishing the week off on his own while I went off and finished the job on Friday I had to do for the mother-in-law, which is done, and you would have seen a small clip of it in the video earlier. It's all complete and she's really happy, so I'm happy as well. I'm going to go off now, keep the faith, and hopefully England will pull something out the bag that they haven't done so far. Let's hope. I hope you all have a great weekend, or have had a great weekend, or are having a great week, depending when you're watching this video. We will catch you on the next one.